Woohoo! Hey everybody, welcome back to Hex Token channel. Hope you guys are having a good time out there. I'm your host Superman, and we're gonna have a little fun. Looks like the official close to PulseX and PulseChain sacrifices. I wasn't really sure how many people were actually still sacrificing on PulseChain. The rate it's got to be a fraction of a pulse. I would have thought for $1. So I think around was it early January, maybe end of December, it was probably a 1-for-1. So yeah, wow, it's going to be crazy. Get in the chat, folks. Say hello. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. We're going to have a lot of fun as we close out the official sacrifice period. We're going to count it down, but let's get into it. Just make sure the audio is up and running. We're going to get play some ducks. And let's play some ducks, because that's what we're going to also do, feeding the ducks. We're going to put that in. Let's put that around about, I don't know, 26. Let's go. Got a few people in the chat. It's going to be a pretty laid-back session as we close out. We're also going to have a bit of an update of the daily hex stats as well. That's closing during the live stream, so we'll be covering that a bit. Lord Thrash West is in the house with the whales. Love it. Hey, good to see you in the chat there. And Crypto Tycoon second. Nice. Taffrin with the money bags and the rockets, looking good. And Hex Mackenzie in there. Hey. What's up, says Raoul G. Good to see you, Raoul. And Francis, of course, with the green hearts. Always good to see Francis. I love Jesus in the chat there. And the ducks are on the play. Yeah, we're playing this is a soundtrack. The ducks. Sounds like my audio is going well. So very, very nice. And yeah, here's the latest announcement. Well, this was 4 hours ago. But of course, it depends on your time zone whether you saw this at the beginning. There's Richard Hart's official Twitter. PulseChain and PulseX news. Hey, everyone. For real. And he's really got to reiterate this for real. Do not sacrifice anymore after 000000 UTC tonight. That moment is the end of the Easter egg phase, which I thought was a pretty interesting Easter egg phase. That's pretty interesting. For real, do not sacrifice anymore. So he really did mean that. And if we hit on that update, we can see that he's got another comment there 2 hours later. Guys, this is just to make it easier to finish the sacrifice balances. Obviously, they've got to wrap that up, and we all want it to wrap up. So it's good to see that this is officially ending. And of course, where's the countdown for the UTC? There we are, folks. We are counting it down. So we've got about 45 minutes to go. Let's refresh this just to make sure it's up to date. I think it's less than that now. Full screen that. Yeah, so we only got 26 minutes to go. Yeah, I thought this might have an auto update, but it doesn't seem to. But there we are. So counting it down at the moment. Francis says hello from my beautiful community. Hello, my beautiful community, says Francis. Very, very nice. And Jean-Francois Bortou is in the house. Woo! Hey, good to see you. Lord Thrash West, what's that? To the moon? Something to the moon? Shrimp to the moon. I like that. That's pretty cool. So yeah, we're counting it down here. The official close of the PulseX and PulseChain sacrifice. That is very bullish. Of course, the sacrifices are pretty much, if you've checked out the sacrifice balance, it's pretty much done. Let me just pull that up just a moment. And we're going to go and pull up the sacrifice link there. If you haven't checked your sacrifice link, definitely check it on here. And just all you have to do is connect to the wallet, or at least even paste your address. You can do that. This is the latest version. So we're actually got a new version now. May was it 5th of April 2020. So I haven't even checked it against sacrifice against this. This is the latest and greatest version. So definitely check this. The 5th of April 2020. It's the latest version. This is the last one we were using. The last one we were using was this 0131. So this is the latest one. So I'm gonna have to do that later on after the live stream and go and check that see what they've done. Sometimes it might make just little adjustments to the sacrifice balances because they're pretty close. They're pretty much in the right ballpark for most people. Obviously, the edge cases where people did some silly things, possibly sending tokens from an exchange that didn't qualify for that. There was only a few, I think, and of course, maybe people that just did some silly, small tokens that are not really got liquidity, that weren't on the official list and things like that. So, some of the edge cases there. You'll see your balances here for PulseChain and PulseX here. And of course, if you have any issues, you can report a missing sacrifice officially through that green button there. So cool. That is the sacrifice there. Of course, we start off with PulseChain.com, the 15th of July last year. We went through to the 3rd of August, and of course, the first 5 days you could get earlier pays better was 10,000 points, and then of course the first 16 days you could compete for the bigger pays better volume multiplier between 1 and 2.5. Those were the points there. And then of course, after the 3rd of August, we had a mercy period, and people could then still sacrifice, and that's still going today apparently. So I don't know, we haven't really talked about it much on this channel since probably, when did we stop talking? Probably January. I think we stopped talking early January. Maybe we stopped talking about the sacrifice for PulseChain, maybe even December. I think I'm pretty sure the points were close to 1-to-1. In fact, I might bring up the spreadsheet, but we're definitely getting close on that. So that was PulseChain, PulseX there, and of course PulseX was pretty awesome as well. So we did probably did about $750 million on PulseChain sacrifices so far, and probably close to 1.1 billion on PulseX is my on the upper side is probably pretty close to that, maybe just under that. So pretty amazing. And of course, this was this started on about the 30th of December, and it lasted for the first 12 days was 10,000 points per dollar. And then, of course, the volume multiplier ran, and this went all the way through to the 25th of February. The last 5 days, of course, was a flat rate 1.75 for PulseChain. The last 3 days was a flat rate 1.75. So those are sort of the numbers that you have to take into account with the sacrifice. Now, obviously, the volume multiplier isn't really known until you've got all the sacrifice numbers in. But of course, most of the big stuff's already been calibrated into that, so you wouldn't expect a lot of change with some of these little edge cases or late sacrifices because they're so small comparably. A lot of people sacrificing now, probably just getting a little bit of pulse for transactions, possibly, even though the rate's very, very, very poor. But they're probably getting a little bit of pulse for the transactions. Other people will still be able to get into PulseX with probably a reasonable rate at this stage. Let me just pull up some spreadsheets, and we'll see how that's going. We're going to jump over to the sacrifice address there as well. Let me just update this and just make sure that's the latest and greatest. So about 20 minutes to go, folks, to the official close of sacrifices. No one's supposed to sacrifice anything more. I think that if you do, you probably won't get included, so be very, very careful about doing that. Diamond Hands 5555, hello, good to see Diamond Hands. J Man's in house, hello my friends. My sack is lower than expected. Like I said, there's a green button there. Diamond Hands. Hit that up for sure. You might want to just double check. You probably have double check your numbers, what you expected to see. Hex McKenzie says, how much time we'll test the upcoming V3, do we know? Well, we're not 100% sure we're going to get version 3. It's a little bit unknown. We've got version 3 liquidity to be harvested. That's happening on private servers, and that may or may not come to version 3. We may go from version 2B to mainnet. So it's a little bit unknown at this stage. So whether we have a V3, we do have a V3. It's going to be pretty short, is my guess. What's short? I don't know. Is that a week, 3 days, maybe a week? I don't know, something like that. So we'll see. Obviously, if we jump straight from 2B to mainnet and include V3 liquidity, that'd be quite awesome. I guess it's they're going to basically say how difficult is it to do that, and with the approach that they're taking to harvest the liquidity on V3, and then make a decision about that. Obviously, if it's the same kind of maths, then they probably could go straight to mainnet. Otherwise, they might want to just test it on V3 for a week or something like that. So we'll find out there, Hex McKenzie. Unfortunately, it's just one of those grey areas at this stage. Heinz Crypto says, what's up, my people? Hey, Heinz Crypto, good to see you in the chat there. Hex Token channel member, represented. And Jenneran's in house, OMG, starting to feel a little excited. I would feel excited too. I think this countdown to the end of the sacrifices is very, very positive, because the only two things we're waiting for mainnet, besides little technical things behind the scenes, is the V3 liquidity potentially being included. Although, and I think Richard wants that. I know I would like it to be in there. And of course, the sacrifice balances. So making a cutoff here for sacrifice balances, knowing that the versions are looking really good. Most people's are very accurate. Obviously, there's some people that have still got some issues with their sacrifice balances, but for the vast majority, We did a poll a couple of days ago, whatever, about a week, 5 days, 6 days ago, and of course the majority of those people were pretty happy. There was still about 10%, but I think that's probably reduced a lot now because of the latest version here. I haven't actually checked it myself, but let's see whether it's actually, it'll probably be slightly different, I imagine. Maybe a fractionally different, possibly. Let me have a look at the pulse chain. Bring up the spreadsheet on another computer. So let me just have a quick look at this. I think the rate sheet runs out on this one, but we're going to have a look at the bonding curve. So this is the earlier pays better bonding curve. Obviously, the mercy period kept running all the way through the end of the year right into today. So let me just have a look on this. Yeah, the first 5 days was 10,000 points per dollar on PulseChain Sacrifice, and then it went up by 5% per day. So that was pretty important. So 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th of July, and of course that was pretty, a big deal. I'm counting it down here almost in the last 15 minutes. Can you believe it? Let's have a look here and scroll down. Not sure why why that's not scrolling down. What's going on here? Something's not right there. Let me have a look on the switch this sheet there. The current window is too small to properly display the sheet. All right, well, we'll make that a bit bigger then. Okay, so scrolling down, what's the point? What's the date? 24th. Okay, so it runs out. Really? Does it really run out there? 1 point. Are you kidding me? Really? Are they serious? Okay, so way back on the 24th of January, 1 point. It's a bit weird, but yeah, it's getting you a fraction of a pulse point at the moment. It's quite crazy. So yeah, that's probably mostly finished. I haven't actually got the address up for PulseChain. I got the PulseX address up here, so OX075 DDC8. That's up and running. We have got people looking like they're sacrificing at the moment for that. So we've got regular look at this stuff coming in here. Some stuff going out, of course, but we've got the stuff people still sending hex in at the moment. 2 days. I'm just trying to, let me pull up the pulse one. Yeah, the PulseChain spreadsheet I got actually ran out, so it doesn't actually give me the points. I'd probably have to. It's probably a fraction of a pulse, no doubt. But let me pull up the PulseX one because that's probably got a better rate at the moment, given the fact that it only just finished. 25th of February, but it's going up by 5% per day. So let me just have a quick look at that. All right, let's go to the bonding curve on this. Was this the right one? Let me go look here. Yeah, okay. So I'm not sure if I've got much on that either. No, this one doesn't it. That one runs out of the rate bond sheet as well. Now I've got one more sheet. Let's hopefully that brings up PulseX as we go. So yeah, let's refresh this again, and bam. All right, so under 15 minutes to go, folks, till the officially closes. Getting excited. It is pretty positive, folks, that this is ending. So cool. Let's bring up this. Hopefully this will have the details that we're after. Oh, this is looking better. This is looking better. Let's go all the way. So what are we now? We're what do we say? What's the date? The 6th of April. Let's have a look here. 6th of April. All right. So at the moment, rate per 10,000. So rate sacrifice points per dollar. Okay. So at the moment for PulseX, if you're sacrificing now, as these people are still sacrificing in the run up, there's only 15 minutes to go. The $1 will get you 143 PulseX at the moment. 143 PulseX at the moment. So well, that's my time. That's my time. So it's actually probably closer to 150. Oh, well, she's got 143. You know, so 143 at the moment. It's saying so 143 points per dollar at the moment. 10. You can get $69.74 will get you 10,000 points. Remember that was $1. It's now $69.74. So there we are. What's that? Gone up 69x. That's pretty crazy stuff. And there we are. So pretty cool. Let me take a look at the PulseChain one. The PulseChain's run out. The PulseChain, the spreadsheet doesn't go that long. It's got to be a fraction of a penny though. That's all I know. That sheet's not even working. We got some. We'll close out of that spreadsheet. We'll open up the other one. I've got another PulseChain spreadsheet. Let's pull it up. Man, oh man. So we've got people sacrificing still. Let's see if they're sacrificing now. 23 minutes ago. That seems to be the last one. Maybe people are getting the message and slowing down sacrifice there. So Richard talked about 4 hours ago. So we had quite slow. It was quite slow. See, it was quite slow in here, but 4 hours ago, Richard tweeted, and then we got all these late people in Hex here, some Shiba, some US dollars coming in, pretty small stuff really. Hex 5,000, that's pretty, that's pretty decent. 5,000 Hex there. So yeah, just a little bit of rush just in before the end there. These G tokens and Bitcoin, these all look like rubbish tokens. I'm not even sure what these are, but they look like rubbish tokens. So some of them may not be qualified at all. So cool. That's counted down, folks. I think we're probably almost into 12 minutes to go until the official close. Looking cool on that. The J-Man says mainnet around a month. Possibly around a month. Hoping a little bit short sooner than that. Brooklyn Bone says, you think is a good idea to continue to sacrifice? No. It's about to close there, Brooklyn. We've got 12 minutes to go. Definitely not. It says Dan Smith. Yeah. G'day, Francisca's in the house. Hope you're all going great. Yeah, we're going pretty good here. And Jenna Rand's in the house. Need to check again as US dollar value of SAC was less than expected. Yeah, definitely check again there with that one there, Jenna Rand. Funky Master Hex in the house. When Zambo, I'm Canadian and I'm going to buy the local rink a Zambonini with my max gains. A nice one. That sounds like something interesting there. Pablo says, hey Superman, loving the new time for live stream. Yeah, well, I'm doing 2 live streams a day now. So hopefully you guys, it'll be something, there'll be different audiences around the world for each live stream. So hopefully that fits pretty well. But thanks, Pablo. Appreciate that. How's it going? Heinz Crypto? Nice. Yeah. I'm to buy a big island with my gains, says Francis. Nice one. Yeah, I think people are talking about a Hex island, aren't they? Let's refresh and let's see whether we've got more sacrifices there. 25 minutes ago is the last one. Let's take this US dollar. That's kind of the last one, 30 minutes ago. And of course, we have currently about 10 minutes to go. Woohoo! Almost 10 minutes. We're counting it down. Let's see if this. I think when I go to another web page, this doesn't refresh. It gets stuck. Now there we are. So 10 minutes, folks. Woohoo! 10 minutes. It's been a long journey, man. 15th of July, and then the months previewing up to that for PulseChain. And of course, what was about the 30th? I think it was the 30th of December. We started the PulseX sacrifice. Ended the 25th of February. Man. That's quite something. 31, 56, 57. What's that, about 58 days? I think about 58 days for the PulseX sacrifice was the official period. And of course, that included the first, was that 53 days? Is it the volume multiplier? And the last 5 days, a flat rate of 1.75. Yeah, pretty cool. 10 minutes. Woohoo! Let's see if this actually updates on the time there. I'm going to pull up my other spreadsheet. Hopefully that will give us some more details on the PulseX sacrifice. Let me just pull that one up. Hopefully this might have a full bond curve. Now the other bond curve was very long, but I don't know if it's long enough on this. No. So that's it. So anyway, I believe it is just a fraction of a pulse per dollar at the moment for the pulse. Anyway, it won't matter in 9 minutes because it's going to be over. It's going to be all over. So cool. Now, obviously, I haven't got the PulseChain one up there, but this is the PulseX one, probably more relevant to be honest. We've got, like I say, the last one here, this US dollar, $500, 32 minutes ago as we count down. Living the dream. Brunch has got to woo. Team unit minus 10 minutes and counting, says Dan. Absolutely. I feel the hype when you do that, Dan. I feel the hype. Thank you, Dan. Yeah. And when roller skates, I prefer roller skates over rollerblades. The roller skates are cool, man. I know there's quite a big, large, like women's roller derby. I've seen a lot of that. That's kind of keeps rollerblading alive. The roller derby. It actually looks like quite a bit of fun. But hey, that's just the way it goes. Richard Hart 4 hours ago said, "Hey everybody, for real, do not sacrifice anymore after 000 UTZ tonight. That moment is the end of the Easter egg phase. For real, do not sacrifice anymore." And he said, "Guys, this is just to make it easier to finish the sack balances." And here we are counting down the last closing 10 minutes. Pretty cool. At the end of the day, of course, we're also going to have the Hex daily results out, so we're going to check that out, and we're going to have a look at the current Hex price and Hedron price as well, part of this live stream. So cool. Don't forget to, if you are up later today or during the second live stream, we're going to be doing another really cool, insightful look at PulseChain and PulseX. It's actually PulseX in particular. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be looking at a really good topic. So I won't talk about it now, but if you're here in maybe how many hours is that going to be? Probably in about 5 hours time, be doing the second live stream for the day. And of course, as I'm moving to do more full time, just transitioning, getting used to doing 2 live streams and stuff like that. So that's going to be a pretty cool topic. Hopefully you really enjoy that one. I just got to remember not to leave the comment on the on the presentation when I'm doing it. Of course, little mistakes for little players there. All right, so we're coming down, man. We're almost down to 5 minutes. Looking cool. Let's check the PulseX sacrifice, and see if there's anything else coming in. That is it. That's that 499, but not too bad. At 5,000 hex, that's pretty hardcore. I thought. But before that, so I think that was pretty it. So we had 90 hex come in. We had and 1,000 hex. I guess they're the big ones, right? And since Richard publicized it. Cool. Mate, it says, what's the countdown for? Oh, what's the official end of PulseChain and PulseX sacrifices? You're not to sacrifice anymore. 6 minutes, fuel tanks tipped off. Yeah. We're coming up to 5 more minutes, though. 5 more minutes left for the official end of the sacrifice periods. Now, the PulseChain period we had the mercy period. Remember, we had sacrifice start 15th of July, and it ran all the way to the 3rd of August, the official sacrifice period. And we had a mercy period from the 4th of August right up till today, which is the final day. Last 5 minutes, folks. Last 5 minutes. And then, of course, we had the first 5 days were 10,000 points per dollar. And then, of course, we had the multiplier running all the way through until the last 3 days. And then the last 3 days, it was a flat rate of 1.75. Typically, I think that would probably benefit you if it was like day 10 or something, 11 or something. It would be better just to wait for the smaller sacrifices till the 1.75. And then, of course, the rate just kept getting worse after the August as it increased by 1.5% every single day. So it just kept worse and worse. And then, of course, PulseX, we had that starting around about 30th of December, ran all the way through the 25th of February. And, of course, the first 12 days, compared to 5 days for PulseChain, we had 12 days of getting 10,000 points per dollar, or PulseX per dollar. And then, of course, the volume multiplier ran all the way through that whole period for about 53 days up until the last 5 days. And, of course, it was pretty awesome. And then the last 5 days, we had a flat rate of 1.75. All right, we're counting it down, man. This is the end of the PulseChain and PulseX sacrifices. Very bullish. Obviously, this allows the team to finalize the sacrifice points once and for all, and make sure that everybody is as happy as they can be. Obviously, there'll be a few edge cases which probably will not be able to be solved, just the way reality works. If people don't follow the instructions perfectly, they're liable to get themselves. So if you're not using official coins, sacrifice, if you're not, if you're sent from an exchange, things like that might cause some issues. The other thing, of course, if there's not a lot of liquidity for some of the coins that have been sacrificed that they do accept, they say, because I think they're taking the approach that if they can sell them, then you'll get the value of that at the time that they could, sell them, I guess, something like that. So they're trying to do their best to honor everybody, which I think is pretty neat. All right, 2 minutes left, man. We're counting it down. That's it. So cool. Once again, Richard Hart tweeted this. Hey, everybody, for real, do not sacrifice anymore after 00 UTC tonight. That moment is the end of the Easter egg phase. For real, do not sacrifice anymore. Guys, this is just to make it easier to finish the sacrifice balances. And here we are, counting down the last 2 minutes. So, woohoo! Here we go. Brooklyn says, look forward. Woo! Yeah. 5 minutes. Check comms, checks. Yeah, we're down to 2 minutes now. 4 minutes. Visors down, seat strap tightened up. 3 minutes. Weather check confirmed. Launch director approval granted. Nice one there, Dan. Man, I should get you on here, Dan, in the commentary. Last 2 minutes, bam. All right, so let's go and refresh the last 2 minutes of the official sacrifice for PulseChain and PulseX. And of course, let's see what we've got here. No, this last one here is the US dollar one here on PulseX 4.99. I don't have the PulseChain one up, but there's probably no one sacrificing for that. The rate's so bad. You probably wouldn't do that. So we worked out that people are getting, at the moment, if they're sacrificing now, they're getting about 143 points or PulseX per dollar. That's what they're getting. And of course, if they want 10,000 points, that's $69.74. That's basically close to a 70x if you've got it on the first day kind of thing. So yeah, that's what's happening. Boom. Very, very cool. 2 minutes to midnight, made in reference. Yeah. We're down to the last minute, folks. 60 seconds left. Woo-hoo-hoo! Woo-hoo-hoo! All right, having lots of fun here at the end of the official sacrifice period. I was live streaming at this time anyway. I was going to be doing a different topic, but then I saw this come up and thought, oh, this is perfect. This is the end of the sacrifice period. We might as well have a live stream about that. That sounds pretty good to me. We've put so much Hex, sweat, and tears into it. So here we are. Last 30 seconds coming up, man. That's last 30 seconds. I'm sure we'll get another. Yeah, Dan says 1 minute guidance, internal destination moon. Yeah, that's right. Our last 30 seconds, man. We're ticking it down. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. All right, we're getting excited here. It's only a clock, but hey, something's exciting about it. Getting into the last 10 seconds. Dan's commentary is going really well too. And there we are, coming up at 12 seconds, 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Woo! Yeah, rocking the DMV. So it's officially closed. Let's have a look at the sacrifice there. We'll do one more refresh on PulseX sacrifice wallet, and that was it. So the last one there, the US dollar 4.99, not including these two top ones at the top here. And congratulations to whoever that was. Very, very cool. 41 minutes ago. So do not, if you're out there, do not sacrifice anything to PulseChain or PulseX now. Officially, it is ended. So just take that into account. Do not sacrifice anything if you're looking at doing anything that way. Way to go. All right, so very, very cool. That is the end. As you see, the end has been reached, and we are now in the new day. So I'm going to get rid of that clock there. Once again, if you want to check your sacrifice, this is the official link here. So I'm going to post that in the chat in case you haven't done it yet. You can do that. Bam. And let's get into some of the comments. Dan's got woo, absolutely. Pablo says, Happy New Year, folks. Yeah, Happy New Year for the end of the sacrifice. Because what this means is it's getting us closer to PulseChain launch. And that's what we all want to see sooner and later. G'day all, says Brendan. Hey, Brendan, good to see you. And Dan says, alrighty. And PulseWire says, woo, yeah, absolutely. Dan says, happy snapshot day, everybody. Yeah. So that gets us closer to snapshot day, that's for sure. Jen Hex is in the house. Craig Wedding, woohoo! Yeah, awesome stuff. And not kidding about going full time. Very, very cool. Not kidding. No, not kidding. we're shifting to doing that. Rail G's in the house. I'm not even sure what that is. So yeah, people that sacrificed at the close just finished. Like I said, they're getting 143 points per dollar for that. So congratulations. That's the earlier pays better bonus for that. So cool. It's pretty late paid pays better, but that's just the way it goes. All right, cool on that. And where was it going to go? We've got we're going to have during this, we've got the Hex Daily Stats is going to close. We'll probably go through that. Haven't covered that in a couple of days since I'm not doing covering daily stats anymore. Moving the format to a new format, but we're going to go through and have a look at some of the results lately and check that out as well. On PulseX, I don't think there's anything new there. I can't see anything new particularly on there, so that's tracking along. Probably the biggest thing for you is if you haven't, where has it gone here? Where's it gone? Sacrifice. If you haven't checked your sacrifice, make sure you check it so that you're happy with it. If you have any issues, you can hit the report green button. There is a new version out 5th of April here, and so you can definitely check that. I haven't checked that yet, so I'm going to see. I know that between this one here, the 30th, 31st01 and 33rd01, I had just a very small change in the PulseX number. The PulseChain one didn't change, but it'd be interesting to see whether this one here has got any like large changes or not. But I suggest that it's probably going to be pretty close to the truth there, so that shouldn't be a problem. Brendan says, is the snapshot over? Brendan says the snapshot is not done yet. We don't know when the snapshot is for the airdrop. This is just the closing of the sacrifice. That's it. So it's just the sacrifice phase. In other words, if you sacrifice crypto for PulseX or Pulse, that's over now. So you got to stop doing that, sending stuff there. This is not about the blockchain hype for PulseChain. This is a different topic. So yeah, don't get confused with that one. Big hearts in the house. Francis, I love Jesus. Nice. And Vika's in house. How much dollars is a 271? 941 points. Well, I don't know Vika because it just depends on when you did it. So just take that into account. I did do a live stream the other day, and of course that is I posted a lot of the spreadsheets to help you answer those questions. So you can check that out. Possibly, but no one knows. I'm just loving hoping, says Dan. Yeah. What was the countdown for? I just arrived for. It was the official close of the PulseChain and PulseX sacrifice. So no, you can no longer sacrifice for PulseChain or PulseX. So it's officially over now, Brennan. The end of the sacrifice. Yes. Yep. David has given you an estimate for $2,700. He says, and Dan says. See RH tweet earlier. Yeah, I think we've got that up here. So this is what the official close was here. Hey, everybody, for real, do not sacrifice anymore after 000 UTC time. Tonight, that moment is the end of the Easter egg phase. For real, do not sacrifice anymore. And guys, this is just to make it easier to finish the sacrifice balances because if it keeps going on, just makes it difficult to close. They just want to close it off. And of course, get that out of the road. We've only got two things we're waiting for: V3 liquidity. Hopefully, we'll have that in the launch. And of course, number two is the sacrifice balances. And of course, we might have to, make sure that we finish that off so that we can get to the final results. And as I say, the latest update version is this one here. So we're getting very close. My guess they've got a lot of edge cases to work out, but that's just the way it goes. Brendan says, "Oh, phew." Yeah. Bella says, I hope the last sacrificer gets still gets mad gains. They should do. Well, they need a 70x, about a 70x or so, maybe a bit higher. But if they hold on long enough, they should be fine. Cool. They're pretty small sacrifices, relatively speaking, so it'll just take a bit longer. And if it goes 1000x, it'll be fine. 500x, it'll be fine. 200x, it'll be fine. Dum's still going to Sacs, says how I'm at it. Yeah, we know they probably will, but hopefully they'll, there probably won't be too many of them, hopefully. Spread the word anyway. All right, so that is the end of the official end of the sacrifice. That is the link. I posted that. PulseChain, this was the site, of course. PulseX, this was the site. The sacrifice, good times. And of course, this is the PulseX on Ethereum is the address that was sacrificed to. We saw the last one here was this US dollar one 41 minutes ago. Cool. And so forth. Now we're going to wait for the day has just finished on day 855 for Hex. So we're going to get into those results and have a look at the last couple of days to see where that's going. Yeah, nothing new for PulseX at the moment. So we're looking not too bad. Don't forget to stay tuned. If you're up in about 5 hours time, I'll be doing a second live stream with a really cool topic. So hopefully you guys will really enjoy that. So that's coming up in about 5 hours time. So we're going to have a bit of fun there. Let's have a jump over to, while we're waiting for the Hex data stats to pop up, let's go to the Hex price. We can see the Hex at the moment is sitting at 14.69 cents. So it has dropped off of there a little bit. They even breached our support level here of 14.39. Went down to 14.19, but it's trying to do a little bit of recovery. What we want that to recover way more, right? Otherwise, it keeps saying we've got higher lows here, so higher lows on the here. So we've got higher lows, so that's a downtrend basically. Hopefully, this is not going to bring up too many overlays. I think I might want to get rid of all my overlays because there's so many overlays on this thing. We've got this downward channel there, so hopefully we'll bounce out of that and move forward. The other thing, of course, is that our channel, we've still got a little bit of support here at the 14 cent mark. On that one, our bigger support here is down probably in the 12 cent to 11 cent mark. That's kind of our next line, but we're not down there yet. We're up here still, and of course, if we can get move on a bit higher, we'll be fine. Let's look at the daily on the Hex chart. This is on Dex screener, so it doesn't have that much data on it, unfortunately, but it's got most of the stuff here back till August here. I don't remember having this on there. It's a bit funny, this chart. Anyway, so that's streaming along there at this stage. Hedron, I probably should have pulled up my other one, my Dex Guru. Maybe I'll pull up my Dex Guru chart because it's much better. Hedron's ticking along, man. Hedron is really starting to just have a bit of life there. It's 38 days Hedron's been around. So if you've got Hex stakes and you serve days on your Hex stakes, you can claim your Hedron. At the moment, 7x volume bonus. So you definitely should claim that. So it lasts for the life of your Hex stake. And of course, this is like a basically free airdrop on top of your Hex. So it's like just more passive income. Pretty awesome. You don't have to mint the tokens. You can just make sure you claim the bonus though, because every 10 days it goes down by 1x. So it's not far away from being 6x. Don't like people missing out on free airdrops, right? So we've got 23 hours to go to get your 7x. If you haven't locked it in, there's 6x after that. So 6x is coming into play, and in another 10 days we'll pretty much be. So yeah, we're in the 40th day of Hedron at the moment, so it's pretty amazing. That's on there, not too bad. So yeah, 2600 here at the moment. This has weakened off a little bit, as I said yesterday. Obviously the chart was looking pretty weak, but it's still holding up. It hasn't gone down to where the correction is, so the possibility that it could go down to 2000, even 1700 has not occurred at this stage, but we've got a downtrend, but still holding this support. So I think I've got this orange support here. As long as it holds this line, which is around about the 2400 2500 mark, it should be fine. And so far so good. So that's Hedron for you. I know people are pretty keen to pick it up around this area. Of course, if you're playing the long game on Hedron, could get some really nice gains on this, especially after the 12x there. But it might just take over maybe the next 2 months. I'm still expecting a nice little rise before the end of the 2 months there. And we've got about 20 days for that. Of course, 20 days. So if we get another rise there. I think that's probably it on that one. Let's I don't know if we've got the Hex daily stats in yet. Dave 854, no, not in yet. Probably in the next few minutes that more data will come up. And what else we've got here? T-shares at the moment cost you $3,000, but we'll get into that when we get the daily stats up. Very cool. Yeah, so Hex just traveling along there, 14.7 cents, not too bad. Brendan says we're still ranging in the golden pocket on the daily for Hex. Yeah, good comment there, Brendan. And Vico says price prediction for 1PLS after the full launch. Who knows, Vico? No one knows the answer to that. That's when it originally launches, it's actually going to be technically no US dollar price until the bridge opens there, Vico. So we won't know until that happens. I mean, there's a couple of ways of trying to infer a value, but yeah, we won't know. David Kalacha says 112. Hey, that, I mean, that could definitely get up as high as that possibly. It's just what value is it going to hold after it goes up? You know, it's kind of the thing. Jim Rat Crypto says, Hex Token, how are you, brother? Hey, good there, Jim Rat Crypto. Good to see you in the chat. Keep up the great work on your channel. Getting some good interviews in there. Really nice. Hope you're having a great day. Definitely having a good day. And of course, we just had fun doing the closeout of the official sacrifice phase for PulseChain and PulseX. So that was really cool. Friends of the bars in the house, Sac Checker is giving me 1 free pulse. It's a new feature for people who don't have PLS. All right, that's cool. Brendan Islek says, did you hear that PLSX holders that didn't sack for pulse will revive 1 PLS? That didn't sacrifice. Oh no, I did not hear that, Brendan. Where did that come from? I've never seen that. If Richard doesn't say it, then I haven't seen it. That's pretty much that. Let me know the source. We've got to have the source. That could be worth 10,000 K one day, says Brendan. Nice. Friends of the bar, great minds think alike. Yeah. Genoan says, won't you have the mint Hedron before snapshot? Get a copy on the PulseChain. Well, if you mint the liquid stuff's getting copied over. Jen Hex has got the Superman's in house. Hey, Craig, good to see you. And yeah, I was just phasing out there a little bit. Don't know why that was, but hey, haha, yes, bro, says Brennan. So you're talking to Eslick, yeah. All right, 14.69, looking good. We're still waiting for a couple of things. So we've got liquid loans waiting for the sacrifice balances, waiting for the liquid loans testnet. That's probably a big deal. What else? We're waiting for the intermediary token for internet money, intermediary token before the launch. So I haven't actually checked up on their Twitter lately, but I think that's due to come too. What else is coming up there? We talked about Mintra yesterday, and man, the UI looks so good on that. I was very impressed on the staking UI and stuff like that. It's looking pretty good. I think that's going to be pretty successful. I think that's going to be looking very, very good. It's going to be interesting. Because it's going to be a couple of NFT marketplaces. I think those who move first are going to be doing very well. And the question is, will OpenSea go onto PulseChain? That'd be interesting. Surely they'll be looking at PulseChain. So yeah, but first mover advantage, and if you've got good YouTube promoters like Gerardo and stuff like that, then it could do pretty well. I was thinking that Gerardo and that they should do a syndicate of content creators. That would be a smart move. They can get Jim Rat Crypto into it and many other channels. That could definitely be good. I was also impressed by Power City. They've already got their cross-chain bridge, swapping bridge. They showed that yesterday. If you haven't checked it out, check out on Magic Cup Ride. That was pretty powerful. So obviously the official PulseChain bridge is wraps tokens, right? So you pretty much dock one token on one side, you put that in a smart contract, wrap it up so that you can represent on the other side on the other chain. But they're going to be swapping the tokens and being able to transfer it from blockchain to blockchain. So I think that's quite a cool new added feature. Hopefully they said it should be reasonably early after PulseChain launches, so that's pretty exciting. They're also doing NFT marketplace, so they'll be up against Gerardo's one for Mintra, and they're also doing their core, which is kind of where all the revenue goes into. They're building all these different platforms, including a liquid loans yield compounder, which are pretty cool. May even have the strategies as well, like the Haunted strategy, Hotpool strategy, Hexicat strategy, all those other strategies that are going to be on that. And that could be quite cool. Now, if they do that, I think that's a real great product. I would definitely be looking to use something like that. That sounds pretty good. Looking good. Let's get in and see if we've got the Hex daily stats out yet. Yes, we have. So day 855 is coming out, 5th of April, and we've got the price just down slightly there. but as I say, it's kind of in the golden pocket area, 14.5 cents. So just on a slight weakness there. What else? I'm not going to go through every stat here, but let's just go through the T-share numbers here. 5.985 today. We've been getting 6 the last couple of days, so it's pretty good. If you got your Hex staked, then you're going to be getting your T-share payout. Don't forget, you're going to get a copy and airdrop on PulseChain. So you're going to have 2 copies, Hex on Ethereum, Hex on PulseChain, and you're going to be earning T-shares, Hex on both T-shares on both chains if they're staked. And so you'll be earning double the passive income there. And of course, if we're bullish about both chains, a good chance that both chains prices will go up too. So it could be very lucrative indeed in the Hex ecosystem. So the ultimate savings product is kind of like that. T-shares at the moment 3,883. Now, obviously, if the Hex price goes back to the all-time high, we've got a dot day in the T-share rate, so it's 21,224. If we get that rate, so 21,224, and we times it by the high price of X, 52 cents, that would be $11,000, folks, to get a T-share if the price goes to all-time high. So obviously, if the price does a double, goes to $1.04, then that's $22,000, and by that time the share rate would be higher as well. So that'd be even higher, and that would be massive, right? So getting up to 50% of a Bitcoin, right? That would be pretty awesome. Now, obviously, it's going to be on 2 chains as well. All the starters going to be on 2 chains, and then it's going to separate over time as behavior on both chains is different. Over time, this copy of T-share numbers will separate out. We covered that the other day in a presentation. Oh wow, look at this! Woo-hoo-hoo! The average stake length has just hit 6.4 years, folks. 6.4 years. The average stake length just hit that. Wow, that is cool. So a new all-time high from the looks of it. Yep, definitely. I think that's a new all-time high. Yep. So 6.4 years, folks. Remember that. Zap that into your brain. The annual percentage yield rate, interest and in-stake penalties, set 37.79%. That's a very cool return, and we're looking at that as well. Now, there is quite a bit of Hex in the pool, but it actually isn't a lot. Like, it's a lot, but it's not a lot. It's 190 million Hex in there. We've got just over $20 million in the USDC and 2,000 ETH in the pool. But like I say, I think there's big buyers coming in at some stage. We're just in that quiet period where you think, oh, is there any buyers coming in? But they will be coming in. So it's going to be interesting to see that. T-shares at the moment. So some nice restaking there from yesterday. We got almost 12,000 new T-shares, so 10,672,000. So when this T-share pool finishes, remember there's inflation and penalties, and then there's T-shares. So the less T-shares there are, the higher the Hex payout per T-share, right? That's how it works. It's that simple, right? There's a reward pool, there's the amount of T-shares or shareholders, and of course, if the number of shareholders falls, then the payout per T-share from the reward pool goes up. So that's how easy it works. And so we're going to have this duplicated on both Ethereum and PulseChain. It's going to be pretty cool to have double passive income. And of course, we've got Hedron on top of that, and there's other derivatives coming around as well. I particularly like stuff that's free, and I don't have to do a particular lockup. So I think there's this Maxima one coming where you do a pool, you put your Hex in there, and you stake that 5 for 5, and then you get a secondary token, derivative token that you can actually trade on that side. But then at the end of the life of the stake, you can actually kind of claim based on how many, I think Maxima, I think it's what it's called, you can get. So we'll see what that is. I particularly don't like going into pools. I like to keep ownership and stuff like that. So some people will go for it. I think it will be a small, maybe a small market niche. We'll see. A lot of people they'll look at the derivative token and they'll think, oh, that's going to pump my bag. So maybe, there'll be a certain amount of that. But we've already got Hedron. I like stuff that's going to airdrop and have a different mechanism. But we'll see how that goes. There's always people are going to keep innovating, and you can either like the product or not like the product. You may gain, you may not gain out of it, depending on the way you look at it. So it's going to be interesting. I love innovation, so it's worth looking at each product as they come as well. What else we got? We got a nice decrease. We've got all this decreases in staking here. Look at this. Oh, bam, 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 bam. I think there is quite a bit. This circulating supply. So circulating supply has been increasing. So I think it's increasing like this in response to PulseChain coming up. So I think quite a few people are holding some liquid in there at the moment. So we've got circulating supply increasing. Now remember, this is a big number, but the majority of this is in the origin accounts. But regardless of that, I do think that there's a lot of the stuff that's coming out is sitting in maybe large OG holders and into other just a lot of retail holders as well. And of course, waiting for PulseChain. So maybe they're going to use, they've got the copy on PulseChain, and then they're going to start buying maybe some Pulse, maybe some PulseX, all sorts of stuff like that. Maybe they'll buy some Chainlink, some Uni, whatever they're going to be looking at strategy. They'll be doing that. So that's interesting behavior lately. And what else we got going there? 9.65% of coins is staked for day 855. So cool. We're 145 days away from 1,000 days in Hex. Isn't that cool? And I think it was at 3 years is what, 1,085, something like that. Let me just redo my math there. 365 times 3. 1,095 days. 1,095 days is 3 years in Hex. Can you believe it? So we're climbing up, hitting some milestones. Hex is really getting mature, right? You're really getting mature, growing up. Our boy is about to leave home. It's so mature, but you get my point. It's looking pretty good. What else we got? We got good, wallet holders are increasing. 442,000 now. Stakers are being a lot smaller. This is what I mean by the liquid. I think we're not quite having quite as many stakes at the moment because of people holding liquid in anticipation of PulseChain. I think so. We're seeing a bit of behavior change there. We were getting triple-digit numbers before. We also had, of course, Hedron had launched as well. So Hedron's what, 39, 40 days. So we've got the Hedron effect in there as well. We're getting triple-digit numbers, particularly back here. What's that, 30, 40 days? So yeah, we got a nice little jump with Hedron starting. And that sort of helped with some stakes. We're getting some pretty good numbers in staking. That's cooled off. And my guess is that's because of PulseChain coming up, people with their liquid bags. So a bit of strategy going on at the moment. And of course, we're also seeing that maybe people are accumulating some dry powder as well, waiting to see what things are going to do in there as well. So cool, the numbers. So that's pretty good. T-share rates only ever going to go up and to the right, folks. It's 21,000 now. I don't know how far in the future, but it'll be to 30,000 then 40,000. You'll need that much Hex per T-share. Obviously, you can longer pays better, so you can stake every year. You swap your when you stake Hex, you swap your Hex for shares, and that's what we talk about, T-shares, which means 20 is a share. So you swap your Hex for T-shares, and of course that's going to cost you more and more and more, and it's what makes the system fair. So it doesn't matter when you're coming into the system. The T-share rate gives in a fairness to the system, and it means that if you pick up T-shares today, it will be better than someone who's picking up T-shares in the future, and that reflects the compound interest that you're going to end out of the reward pool. So it's a pretty big deal. The only offsetting feature for that, of course, is penalties, which will fluctuate. And so you may be in a period of better penalties at some stage compared to other stages. So it's worth taking something into account. But of course, in the future, as there's less volume penalized, the price is likely to be much higher as well. So there's some offsetting features there too. Pretty cool. All right, nice. That was the Hex stats. So it was just amazing it closed on this time. But then again, this is the time zone, and now daylight savings is finished in New Zealand, so we're now an hour earlier, I guess, is the way it goes. Very, very cool. No changes in PulseX. I think I made a killing on the PulseX, but maybe I'll do that another live stream on the testnet there. What else we got here? I'm going to jump over to the Hex price here. 14.35 cents. So just a little bit of weakness in the price at the moment. I was going to jump away from there and go to the DEX tools. Let's pull up DEX tools because it's a slightly better charting here. So getting a bit of weakness here in the price. 14.3 cents. Are we going back down 12.5 or 12 cents? That's the next step right from here. So we'll see. It's funny, because it started from one wallet selling. We broke our support line from one wallet selling about 1.1 million Hex, and then got bot traded, and then we had a nice real rebound. Someone bought a good amount after that, but then it just triggered off that a little bit of a sell-off here in the price. And we had that. If you want to argue this is a little bull flag, well, we ended up breaching down through that. So we're at a pretty critical point. If we break down this point, then we're going down to technically we're more likely, let's put it that way, down to the 12.5 cent mark. So we'll see. This is on the daily, daily there, cool. So we might have to keep shifting this out until we get some news about PulseChain. We're in this quiet spot at the moment, so don't get tricked out by it. It really is the quiet spot. And if anything, it's still a DCA period to go in, because you're going to get a copy on the PulseChain. But like I say, we're in that odd quiet period. You guys, if you've been around many projects that have got good value opportunities like X, you're used to that sort of thing. Cool. All right. Let's jump over to, we're going to leave it there. Let's go to the hourly on that. I noticed that Rick and Rochelle's been doing a lot of tutorials lately on blockchain, so it's been pretty interesting. It's not often you get whales going around. Maybe he's educating his audience on that. Friends in the bar says the source is Sacrifice Checker. Right. Okay. Sacrifice Checker. Let me have. Have they added something here? They've actually changed the wording here. Sacrifice data iterates faster than new testnets are released. That's funny. The balances you were allocated in testnet to B2B might not match what you see below because we have made improvements and fixes to the Sacrifice data set since the release of a B2B. So what they're referring to there is if you went to the PulseChain testnet B2B, you pasted your address in the top right here, the balances would not match up. And of course, some people's pulse balances were not even there. So just take that into account. That's what that's referring to. Below, you can review your sacrifice allocations through all the iterations by selecting different sacrifice sets in step 1 below. The balance you will see in testnet version 3. So they're still talking about testnet version 3 here. So this is the one that really made me feel, even though Richard was like ahhing about needing to do V3, they've got it here still. So that's what I mean. It's still a little bit uncertain, and so we'll just have to wait and see. It's just one of those things, whether we have a V3 or not. The benefit of having 3.3 is that at least they run the AMM bot with the version 3 liquidity, and then they go on testnet version 3 with that, and maybe it lasts a week or something. We'll see. They're obviously going to add a little bit more time to do that though, because you've got to set up the testnet and get the validators all up and running. See what I mean? Like this, and this will be the 4th testnet, right? Because we've got testnet 1, testnet 2. Testnet 1 was 77 days. Testnet 2 was, I think, 99 days, and we got version 2B at the moment, which is, I think, about 2.5 weeks. So we'll see. Because there were more iterations of Sacrifice data set for V3 is released. Please report any missing data there. I guess if you had a wallet there, maybe they've got a default 1 pulse there is what you're telling me there. Francis says lots of love to the community. Nice. David says, have you announced the news of the project you're working on? Hex Token? No, Brendan, I haven't done that yet. I'm trying to get a queue of meeting up with somebody at this stage. That's coming though, Brendan. It's coming. Jim Ratcrypto, what do you think about algorithmic stable coins, liquidity, and liquid loans? Yeah, I love them, Jim Ratcrypto. I think they're great. I think the USDL is going to be very, very good for the PulseChain ecosystem. It's going to be backed by Pulse, and of course, if it's like if you think Pulse is going to do well, then that's going to be a very strong a token. It's always going to be redeemable for $1 as well. So you always get $1 worth of Pulse. So if Pulse price goes up and down, you're still going to get $1 more, which means you could get a lot more Pulse at one particular time if the price of Pulse is low. If the price of Pulse is high, you will get less Pulse. So I think it's really good there, Jim Ratcrypto. I've been looking at Terra Luna, and the stable looks like it's collapsing, says Jim Ratcrypto. I think that's probably because it's a phase of a lot of speculation at the moment. So what they're trying to do is back their stable coin with, is that Terra Luna? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what you're talking about, the USDT token. We'll pull that up. I think that's the one you're talking about. It's the CoinGecko. Bam. USDT. I take it you're talking about this one here, 14. Now they're buying the strategy. It's like these are always going to be moving. They're always trying to find themselves around $1, so it's kind of arbitrage there. But here's the chart there. Yeah, so a little bit of volatility here at the moment. But that's not too bad. Let me have a look at the. Let's do 30 days on this. So 30 days. So they were at slight premium there at $1.01. So I don't know about it's collapsing at the moment. Seems okay. So if this is the one you're referring to, it looks okay at the moment. Last 30 days. What they're looking at doing is getting Bitcoin, right? So up to $10 billion of Bitcoin to back their asset as well. So hopefully we're talking the same thing, because that's what they're looking to do. Lord Thrash West, the official Sacs check address is now showing 1 pulse for me, and I missed the Sac phase on that. Nice, that's cool. All right, so that seems to be the case. So that's really nice. That's a really good move. That means you're going to be able to trade. You're going to be able to do hundreds of trades with that. So cool. Yeah, I haven't checked that. Let's go check the Sac checker, because I didn't do. Actually, no, I don't have any address there. I've just done one sacrifice because I did both sacrifices, so I won't be able to see that. Good insight though. Appreciate that. Thank you. It wouldn't surprise me if OpenSea is seriously developing PulseChain already. I agree with you that Tails7. I think that it'd be a great move. They obviously did Ethereum where they dominated, and of course that smashed to get that, put the gas fees up and made us all have to pay high gas fees while OpenSea was thriving in business. Number two, of course, they then went on Polygon, which is it's a second layer of Ethereum, so you don't own the keys to your coins, but it's for the most part it's super fast, super cheap. It has had some chain vulnerabilities, has had to increase the gas fees from 1 Gwei to 30 Gwei to get rid of a lot of sort of bot spamming, stuff like that. So it has had a few issues. Obviously some contracts have been compromised as well. I think some of the, was it 1 or 2 of the bridges, it's had a few issues anyway. And when you talk to somebody, when you get some time, says Craig, and Jim Crypto, let's do it. And Andrew says your Sac address might show 1 PLS because Richard needs to give the noobs who sacrifice for PulseX at least 1 so they can swap for PulseX, just like gas for Ethereum. If you only have PulseX and no PLS, absolutely agree with Andrew. The other thing, of course, there will be some faucets around for Pulse, no doubt. I've already got the the game site here. What's it? Free Pulse, which I don't talk about too much. We've got that, and of course, some people have been sacrificing for at a terrible rate to get some. If you got some ETH, you're gonna get 1-to-1. Pablo says, can't wait to see what Hex does on the Pulse chain. Me too. I think it's going to be fascinating. And how Ethereum, Hex on Ethereum does. I think it's going to be, there's a lot of uncertainty. We just don't know. It's really hard to tell. We're trying to play probability, so we'll try and weigh the factors and see what direction. I just think that they're all going to do well. I still don't forget that there is a war chest over $600 million of stable coins. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. Obviously, liquidity is seems like an obvious one, but there are other alternative uses for that. Jeff says, can someone let me know what was the Sac address for Pulse last year? I'm missing 9 transfers and didn't record the address. I don't know if someone pasted that for you. All right. So I'm just looking for that address, so that's why I'm silent at the moment. But hey, it's not even on there. Look. All right, we're having fun here, folks. You asked me a good question there, Jeff. Unfortunately, it's not easy to see on the blockchain, so I'm gonna have to pull it up here. It's got the name, but new addresses. right, let's check this one out. I don't actually have that on there. Oh, no, that's rubbish. Where's the ETH channel on there? I don't know if they have it on here. PulseChain Sacrifice, but I don't think this is the correct address. I don't remember that being the right one there. I don't think this is the right one. Maybe it is, but I can't remember that one. Oh no, Sacrifice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'll post that after the live stream. I'm gonna have to find it. So I don't think that's the correct one there. Cool. All right, let's go through some of the comments there. Dan Smith says, "Right, late in the UK, so I'm off to bed. Thanks for the countdown, Superman. Have a cracker. Hey, appreciate that. We're gonna wrap up shortly anyway on the hourly there. Jeff, I'll try and post that in the comments afterwards. GPU prices are dropping a lot today. Looking for a 330.90 to mine ETH. That's funny. Sandeep's in the house. Says greeting from India. Francis has got the. Is that some turtles? Yeah, I think that's turtles. Gentleman says, yes, of course. Thanks, David. And Dave from Down Under. One day closer to rockets. Absolutely. All right, folks. We're looking at Hedron at 2,500. We've got Hex at 14.3. Just a little bit of weakness at the moment. Definitely want it to get back up to 15.5 cents. I think that's kind of the line up to this orange line here. So we're going to need some big buyers to do that, or a whole ton of retail buyers to push us up there. That's the way it goes. So yeah, that's the end, the close of the sacrifice period. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Catch me in the live stream in about 5 hours time. We have a lot of fun with that. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was pretty cool to cover that, the close of PulseChain PulseX Sacrifice, and I will catch you in the next one. And bye for now. Don't forget to say hello. Don't forget to leave a comment as well. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Let's go. Thanks for watching. Let's pull this out. Nice. Jeff says the report missing transfers does not seem to be enabled. I have 9 missing. Any ideas, please? Says Jeff. Have we got Jeff says put the link there. I will post check what I would do, Jeff. Check your existing transfers and check your original transfers, and then you'll see the actual SAC address on there. So yeah, I'll have to pick it up. I'll leave a comment after the video there, Jeff. I'll pin that to the message so you can check that out. Just let me do some little checks up there. Brendan says, thanks, Superman. Hey, you're welcome. I'll catch you in the live stream probably about 5 hours time, and it's going to be a really cool topic, so don't miss that one. I'll see you then. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, and catch you soon. Bye for now. Take care.